Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the 105 leFH18B2, the French Tier 5 Premium SPG, otherwise known as Fifi La Pew Pew, and is located on the north spawn of Mines under the command of Andromeda. And he's from the No Retreat, No Surrender clan. Okay, game's underway. That was a rather loud bang. Okay, well, he's not going to the conventional positions, actually. He's going to take it up onto the plateau. In fact, actually, it looks like he's being joined by the M41 HMC as well as the Su-85. This is normally a position where most of the tank destroyers would normally go. The Arty take a much more hidden position, but there's nothing wrong with this spot. Okay, he's now aiming towards the enemy, and well, we've just spotted a Leopard tank inside the castle grounds. Yeah, on top of the hill. They managed to get up there first, and in fact actually he has been spotted, which means he will probably have to move because the enemy team has two Fifis and an M41 HMC, and it's more than likely one of them is at this moment dialing in. Yep, and there's an artillery round inbound, and yes, he didn't move. So you see there, Andromeda made a huge mistake. The moment he was spotted, he should have found a new position or got under cover, and as a consequence he's actually received an artillery round and lost 106 hit points. And I think that M41 HMC is probably going to be the next one to get hit, because he was probably spotted at the same time. Rounds out in the Type T-34 and he goes down. So that was a good hit, but he didn't get a kill out of it. And from this corner, he can't get a shot on that T-150 very easily. Or is it a KV-1? I think it was a KV-1 actually. It's a Tier 5 game with Tier 5 tanks in it. There's only Tier 5. So it couldn't have been a T-150 because they're not at Tier 5. So it must have been a KV-1. Yes, it is a KV-1. Okay, he might be able to thread the shell through the gap, but he has to be fully dialed in, and it went long. So he missed out with that shot. Rounds out. And that was a direct hit. That definitely hit the KV-1. But we've lost sight of it now, so he can't get a shot. But he might be able to hit this Leopard if the obstruction that's stopping him from doing so, which I think is the rock in front of him. And that's gone. Okay, down to the south. Right on the South Island is the Stug 3 Ausrungi. The Stug 3. He's hiding behind that rock, rounds out, this could be accurate. Oh, lands against the rock face. RNG was very, very unkind to that shot. Let it dial in fully, that's it. Rounds out, much better, and he got a direct hit on, I think that was the Stug 3. Pretty sure. Rounds out again, and he hit him again. So he's getting good damage on this guy. He might have tracked him. Let's fire another round in. Rounds out. Nope, didn't get him this time. Standard reload for this Arty is 8.92 seconds. Andromeda's got 8.02, so he is very quick on the reload. Oh, he got a direct hit there, and that was on the RAM, and it did actually record it as 120 hit points. But we lost sight of the RAM afterwards, and there's the RAM. As you know, the RAM is the Canadian version of the M4, manufactured in Montreal. They certainly put out a lot of RAMs, but they were never actually seen in action. There were just so many M4s coming out of America, they just didn't need to send them abroad, and the Canadians kept them on their own territory and used them for training purposes. After the war, of course, they did sell a lot of the RAMs to other people. And some of them ended up as monuments as well. In fact, there's still quite a few RAMs in decent working order in Canada, but they're very obviously RAMs because they've got a slightly different drive wheel, different number of pegs on the drive wheel. It's an interesting premium tank as well because it's got a very good fire rate. Rounds out, direct hit. That RAM is certainly hurting. Now, he hasn't heard from the opposition for a while, but the enemy opposition might start firing soon because the Stug 3, the one that was actually down south, has come all the way up to the north, and he's threatening the Arty. And that was a direct hit that killed the Ram 2. But I think that, yes, he suddenly spotted that Stug The guy he kept hitting, he's come north. He wants some revenge. And that was a direct hit. I think that was a shot from the M41 HMC because it stunned the Stug. Now, can Andromeda get the kill? Yes, he does! Beautiful shot right into the side. You got a thumbs up for that one from the SU-85. He obviously liked that as well. Thought it was a really good shot. Now, they're 2 up on the enemy at the moment. The enemy's still got all their arty, but they've only got 2 tank destroyers on this KV-1 now. And we've got control of the hill, which means obviously we've got the advantage. Now, the tank destroyers are an M10 RBFM and an SU-85. Both of those are quite powerful. The SU-85 because it's got an 85mm gun. And of course the M10 because it's very accurate. It is a premium vehicle. And it's got a wicked fire rate as well, which makes it very, very dangerous. I think people really underestimated the M10 when it first came out. It really is very, very powerful, this little tank destroyer. Far more powerful than the Wolverine. Rounds out just in front of him. He pulled back in time. I think he got warning that the shell was on the way in, and he managed to avoid it by pulling back. He knows he's under fire now, and he knows that Arty is going to be focusing on him exclusively. Can't get a shot on the KV-1 because he's hugging the wall of the hill. And oh, we just lost our T-34 shielded. He crashed off the side of the cliff and fell down into the water. Bit of a big mistake there. I think he thought he could dismount and go around. Okay, that was, I think, aimed at the enemy Arty. He's just testing to see if there's an enemy there. Nope, not getting anything out of it. I go back to the M10 RBFM if I was you. He's a threat at this moment to our Leopard. No, he's focusing on watching for the tracer from the enemy Arty. There's one. Okay, he's a little further back. Rounds out. No, that's going to miss. Yeah. And there's the M10. And as I did say, go after this guy. And now the enemy Arty have come into sight. Oh, but a beautiful kill. A cockpit kill. Wipes out the M10 RBFM. And that really changes the battle now. Because once he's gone, it's very difficult for the enemy to survive. They've lost their key defender. And rounds out the M41. Near miss. It did damage his tracks. Can you get a kill shot? Come on, you can do it, Andromeda. Take him out. It lands in front. The guy's getting a warning that shells are on the way in. He's guessing now where he is. And he's starting to run low on ammo. He's only got 20 rounds of HE left. I'd go back to the Arty if I was you. Oh, there we go. Rounds out on the M41. Pulls forward. The Leopard's there just... And he got him. It looks like the other Arty... One of our other Artys had a go as well. But now we can't attack the KV-1 again. He's using the hill to protect himself. It's a pity that the Leopard's not actually getting engaged with him and stopping him. But come on, we know from the minimap where the enemy Fifi is. He's actually just slightly over. There you go. He's actually behind the bush now. Not in the bush. Behind the bush. You aimed into the bush there. Yeah, he's behind the bush. You just saw the tracer coming in. He's trying to get the SU-85. That's a little more difficult. Lands near him, but not on him. The SU-85's going after the Leopard. Come on, get this right. Rounds out. Lands a direct hit for 84. The Leopard needs to get behind the SU-85 or he's going to die. Rounds out. He's doing it. He's getting behind him. And oh, the KV-1 gets the kill on him. But the SU-85 has been killed by our SU-85, which now leaves their KV-1 in a bit of a pickle. Because he's the last tank on the enemy team. They do have 2 Arty, but everybody's now moving towards the enemy end. And I think that what Andromeda's going to do is he's going to go down the west side of the battlefield so he can get to a position where he can aim directly at the KV-1 and land a few rounds on him. They've still got 2 Arty. Both of them are Fifis. And we've still got 2 Arty as well, because the other one, where are you? There you are. He's actually in Nigel's spot. Okay, in the meanwhile, Andromeda stopped, because for a second the KV-1 came into sight and he thought he had an aim. He's still watching in aim mode whilst he's driving forward. Hopefully he won't drive into that rock. He's getting very close to it. You don't want to flip the vehicle by accidentally hitting the rock, and that's happened before to me. Now he's trying to aim for the KV-1, but he can't see the KV-1 because the Su-85 is not up against the side of the track. Yeah, he's not up against the side of the hill, rather. Yes, it's very easy if you can suddenly flip yourself, you see, by driving up the side of a rock whilst you're in aim mode and you're moving forward. So you try to circumnavigate these rocks by giving them a wide berth as you go down. The M41's got right to the south now already, and at last Andromeda possibly has a shot on the KV-1. The Su-85 is now spotting him for us. Okay, he knows what we're up to. He can see what we're doing. Rounds out, this should hit. Oh, it lands short, well short. The M41 just hit the KV-1 and I think he's tracked. Rounds out. A long shot. What the hell is happening to these shots? And the M40, no, it's the other Fifi who got the kill shot. And that means now it's just two Artys left. The M41 just got wiped out by our Fifi, or one of the Fifis on the enemy team. So now we just need to get at those Fifis, find out where they are. Now we know one was behind the bush, slightly to the left of where he's aiming right now, next to the house. And in fact, actually, he's moved forward. Oh no, they just took out the Su-85. So it's now two Fifis versus two Fifis. Both teams have only got two 105 leFH18B2s left on their team. So it's going to be up to the skill of the players as to who wins. And I think you can see Andromeda's got 3 kills, and his teammates in the other VP has got 2. Whilst on the enemy team, they've got 1 player with 3 kills and another one with 2. So they're equally matched, it looks like, by skill, with maybe the other Fifi driver on Andromeda's team not being quite as good. Okay, you can shoot him from here. Okay, go for it. He's aiming. Rounds out. That was a snapshot, and I discourage snapshots because they fail just about every time, and I think Andromeda knows this. I keep saying to people, don't fire snap, it won't work. 9 times out of 10 you'll miss the shot and waste ammunition. You've only got 9 rounds left, so you have to make the best use. That's not going to work because you're not close enough, and he's hugging the cliff, and you've now got 8 rounds left. If you're not careful, you'll run out of ammo. Yeah, he suddenly realised his ammo is short. Oh, that did it! He got one of them. Other Fifi got a kill. He killed the one that was nearest. And that's the 2-minute warning. So now we have to get to the cap area to confront the one that was stayed behind. Now, if that guy was smart, he probably would have moved north as quickly as he possibly could after our Su-85 was taken out, and to head towards our cap area. So by the time we turned up at his cap, he was no longer there, because if he stays at his cap, he will die. It just goes to show that if you move, you live, and if you stay where you are, you die. As Klaus Kellerman always likes to say, so long as you know what the P in SPG stands for, it means propelled. So you have to propel yourself if you're going to live. He's been spotted, so we know that the enemy can see him, and there he is. He did move, and he got the first shot in, and he got a nice hit, but look at that snap! Oh, I forgive him now. Andromeda got a snapshot in and won the game by auto-aiming onto the target and blasting him at close range. Well, here's the end of the first battle. Yes, it is one of 2, because you're going to be seeing another Fifi replay very shortly. You can see it was a first-class tanker for Andromeda of no retreat, no surrender in the 105 leFH18B2. He managed to get, after a first class, he got a fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. He got 4 exactly. A bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 16. And look at that win rate, very high indeed. 6,246. Very satisfactory indeed. That snapshot at the end, well, I did say 9 out of 10 snapshots don't work. He got the exception that proves the rule. He auto-aimed onto that target very, very quickly after the guy fired. And he did propel himself, which means he did the right thing. But he made the big mistake attacking Andromeda instead of actually getting moving and getting under cover so he couldn't be seen. If Andromeda continued towards the cap, then maybe that guy would have got away and not been seen, and he would have been able to fire back at his own cap area to get resets. But anyway, let's have a look at the team score and see how Andromeda did. Well, we can see he didn't get the highest damage in the game. That went to the enemy Fifi, who got 2,011 hit points. Now, was that the guy he actually killed at the end? Well, I think we can determine that because, no, it's not. The one that was hiding behind the rock, that's him. That was the one who was hiding behind the rock that he was having great difficulty trying to hit. That was the one who did the high caliber. The one that he did the snapshot on was this guy here. And yes, he did kill him. He was the first one to spot him as well. And yes, so he did kill that guy in the end, but he didn't get this one. So this one got the high caliber of 2,011 hit points, whereas Andromeda got 1,676, which puts him in second place. And the third place goes to the T-34 shielded on the enemy team with 1,650. Not far behind, 26 hit points behind Andromeda. I think it kind of shows that Andromeda was pretty accurate. The other Fifi on Andromeda's team managed to get a Stark's medal in that game. He obviously got 2 hits on the enemy, and 2 kills on the enemy rather, received at least 2 hits from the enemy, probably that Stug, and survived the battle, of course. When it came to kills, we can see Andromeda won that one. He got 4 kills in the game. The other Fifi managed to get 3, and so did the enemy one, the good player. He got 3 as well. And when it came to base XP, it's Andromeda again, so he's actually got the top in 2 columns. 939 went to Andromeda, 911 went to the Leopard, and 646 went to a T14 on their team. Andromeda fired 43 rounds, got 12 direct hits and 2 penetrations on the enemy, 16 splash as well. Damage of 1,676 hit points, of which 1,374 were up more than 300 meters. The close range shot was actually the shot on that Stug. I'm pretty sure that one of the penetrating shots was the M10. Yes, look at that, 362 hit points, 1 shell. It must have gone straight through the vehicle. Probably actually did hit the cockpit of the vehicle, kill all the crew, and just blew the vehicle to smithereens in the process. And that's why he got such a good result. I'm just looking to see which other one he actually penetrated. It might have been the Stug. No, it wasn't the Stug. No, it was the other Fifi that he penetrated. Yes, the one he fired right at the end, the snapshot. 274 hit points with 1 shot, and it went right through him and took him out of the game. He received 2 hits from the enemy. One was a splash damage shot. In fact, actually, he received splash damage twice. One from, I think it was one of the, I think it may have been the M41 HMC that hit him earlier on in the battle, if I remember correctly, because I don't think the Fifi has the range to fire the entire length of the battlefield, but I might be wrong. I'll have to check with the record once I see later on, look at the game again. But he received a hit at the start of the battle after he was spotted, and he was hit again by the last kill, who he snapshotted back. 1 enemy vehicle spotted, that was the last kill. 9 enemy vehicles damaged, 4 killed, 88 hit points of damage assistance. He earned 43,964 credits on a premium account. After repair, ammunition, resupply and consumables, he actually ended up with 37,782 credits profit. 1,408 XP, 2,818 for completing a mission, 564 for this being a premium vehicle, took away 4,790 experience points altogether. So that's the first battle, and it was a victory for Andromeda. Let's have a look at the second replay. The second replay is on the Kharkov map, and And this time round the player is Kovrn. Now he sent me this replay by email, but he only sent me the actual replay file, not anything else. And well, I sent a quick note back to him, upload the replay to a replay site and then send me the link, which is far better. I hope he got the message. Anyway, yes, it's another FiFi game, and this time on the Kharkov map, North Spawn. Now, he's not a member of Arty Noobs, but he obviously had heard of our channel and hoped that we'd actually do his replay in the FiFi because it was one of the best games he's had for a while. If he does have more games like this, then obviously, yes, he does need to join Arty Noobs and send his best games in so that we can have a look at them. Okay, well, he's found a firing position nearby the other FiFi, and he's using Battle Assistant to aim, unlike Andromeda, who likes using the strategic view, the God's view. Rounds out. Now you can see that Kovrn uses nothing but HE, and he has 50 rounds of it. Nice shot, DSPZ. Got a nice little hit there for 111, and he got some damage assist because he tracked the guy and he took damage afterwards. Oh, now this guy is moving about as if he knows the shells are coming, and of course he does because of the changes that were getting made. Rounds out. Oh, that was a direct hit. That definitely hit that DSPZ again, but we've lost sight of him, so instead we're moving over to a KV1 who's using that pile of rubble. Okay, let the aim dial in fully before you fire, and that way you'll get a good hit. Rounds out. This looks good. It is 138. Yes, he obviously knows how to do it. It's tight. Rounds out. This will be a hit. It is 142. Excellent work. Now keep that up. Another direct hit, 122. He's whittling away this KV1's health every shot he fires. Another direct hit, even though he can't see them. And there's the kill shot. Came in from the other FiFi, who's only a short distance away, and he's put him out of the game. Meanwhile, at the other end of the map, we can see an M10 RBFM who's actually stopped to take a shot, but from our position, he's just outside range, so we'd have to move forward a little bit if we're going to get a shot on him. Come on, just move forward, Kovrn. That's it, you got it. Okay, now stop. Let it dial in. The guy's sitting there. He should be an easy hit. Line him up. Work out where he's going. He stopped. Right, rounds out. This will hit. It does! Look at that! Kill shot! One shot kills the guy. He set light to the engine bay. That was a long-range Hail Mary shot right over from one side of the battlefield to the other. And he took out an M10. It was beautifully aimed. Dialed in fully. Perfect. He gets a nice hit on the KV2. He's now going to do the same as he did to the KV1. Strip away the hit points bit by bit. Rounds out. Another direct hit. Go again. Rounds out. Oh, the RNG let us down there. The shell went to the right. Now, as I said, the standard reload is 8.92 seconds. And we can see Kovrn's got a reload time of 7.63. Rounds out. He fired that one and basically gave up on it straight away because the KV2's come into sight again. And he wants to get on that guy so he can strip the hit points off him. Rounds out. This looks good. It is 115. Keep pumping the rounds into that guy. Rounds out. Another direct hit. 184 this time. He's racking up the damage quickly. Nope. That's it. And a good hit. 155 on the engine deck. Let's hope that guy has damaged engine now. Rounds out. Another hit. 124. This one will be the kill shot if he gets another hit like that. The KV2 pulls back into cover. He obviously fixed his engine and his track and got back before he was taken out. But in fact, he has been killed by our Type 58. Now we've got a Skoda T25. A direct hit, and potentially that's a high caliber. He's got 20% of the enemy hit pool. Okay, this is their best KV1. He just fired a snapshot and it just went nowhere. So, yeah, don't fire a snap. I know we saw somebody win a battle with a snapshot in the last game, but really it's a waste of ammo. You're much better off letting it dial in. That Skoda's not going anywhere. He's actually under fire from one of our teammates. Rounds out. This could be good. It is. It's a kill shot. 229. Nice hit. Okay, KV1. This is a dangerous guy. Rounds out. Oh, it landed short. It almost hit our Type 58. Rounds out. This guy is obviously a good player. He's maneuvering to avoid the shelves and he's got into cover. This is not good. We're 2 up on the enemy at the moment. Kovrn apparently has 20% of the enemy hit pool, so he might have a high caliber. The enemy's got the west side of the map. We've got the east side of the map in the city. But it looks like they've got a dangerous KV1 there, and yes, he just took out our KV2. Rounds out. 68 hit points from that one. Okay, with an 88, very heavily armed British tank destroyer with a fixed gun. Rounds out. This looks good. It is 87. It's difficult to get through the armor on those tank destroyers, but it's well worth it once you actually do. Yep, he moved just a little whilst he was unspotted. Okay, he's probably going to stop to take shots. No, he's definitely trying to move to get to that IKV-65, and he's now getting out of our range as well. Yep, and we're down to 20 rounds now. He's outside range, so we're going to have to move forward if we're going to get shots on him. In the meantime, an enemy T-67 has shown up on the west side of the map, and he's stopping our T-67 from moving. But at least that guy is actually doing his job, effectively protecting us. So's the M10. The annoying thing is all the tanks we had in the town that were invading the enemy's area are now been defeated or destroyed, and we're 2 down on the enemy. So it's all down to that KV1 really. He's the one who's been doing it all. He's got 3 kills on our teammates. Oh, close. And that KV1's going after our KV2 now. Rounds out. No. I didn't mention at the start, but this is a tier 6 game with tier 5 tanks, and then our KV2 just got a big hit for 434 from the enemy. They've got 2 Artys, a Gorilla and a Fifi, and I suspect it was a Fifi that hit the KV2 with a big hit. Oh, and that KV1 just wiped him out. He might have the derp gun, that guy. I'm not sure. I can't see if he's got the derp or not. But I'm afraid that guy is basically winning the game for the enemy team, because he's got 4 kills now. And we're running short on ammo, so we need to conserve ammo. Only 15 shots left. We can't see the enemy now because we've lost all our spotters. Everyone who went down through the city has been wiped out. And far from winning the battle, now we're losing it. 3 down on the enemy. They've got 4 tank destroyers, 2 Arty, and of course that KV1. And it looks to me like that KV1 is after a Top Gun. This is not good at the moment. I'll be very unhappy if this was the situation, if I was in this battle, that my teammates went down through the city, they had control of the city, and then they lost it all because they threw it away trying to take out the KV1 one by one instead of all going in at the same time. And here comes the enemy Su-100. He's got really close. Okay, can we get a shot into him? Come on, do it. You can do it. Rounds out. Kill. No, not a kill shot, but he does go down to the T-67. But I think he managed to get some damage on our guys before that happened. And now we've got a T-67 nearby over on the east side near the cap. And I think he's going to sit in the cap just behind that pile of snow. And that's going to make it very difficult for us to kill him because we can't get a shot on him from this angle. But we can certainly hit that T67 there. Rounds out. Oh, big hit! That's a penetrating shot. 460. The T67, if he keeps popping out like that to take a few shots, he will take damage. But if he's smart, he'll just sit there behind that pile. The enemy KV-1's turned up. Now, you can hit him. And I recommend you hit him because he's the one who's winning the game. And there's the 88 coming up alongside the barricades. Oh! And he's on his side in the trench. Hit him! That's an easy target. The enemy KV-1 might come to his rescue. We can't see him now, but he is there and he's on his side. He's a sitting duck target. The T67 and the M10 can deal with the T67 that's in the enemy cap area. That's a direct hit on the KV-1. And another shot from our other thiefy. Oh, a massive multiple hits on that KV-1. Even though we can't see him, we know where he is. Rounds out. Another direct hit. He's not sighted, but we know he's there. Is he still there? No, he has moved now. He has moved. Now, you know where that 88 is. He's on his side next to those where he fell into the trench. And if we don't do something about it shortly, the KV-1 will go to his rescue. And they've capped out. Oh, the M10 and the T67 didn't go for the reset, and they should have. And the enemy's won. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was an ace tanker game for kovrn in the 105 leFH18B2. He got an arsonist. He set light to the enemy M10 RBFM from right over the other side of the battlefield and watched him burn up very, very quickly. In fact, he got a penetrating shot on the guy, and then he blew up immediately afterwards because of the fire. He got a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 20. He got a Gauss medal because he did more damage than 8 times the hit points of his own vehicle altogether, as well as the high caliber for dealing the most damage in the game. And I think that was enhanced towards the end of the game because he kept getting hits on that enemy KV-1, even though they couldn't see where he was. And there's that KV-1. I think that's the one. We'll have to check that. 556 hit points on that KV-1. On the other one, 471. He only got 3 hits on this one. Oh, we got 3 hits on the other one as well. So we'll check that afterwards. But I think we can actually check it in a short while. The win rate for that game was 8,428, which is Super Unicum standard and quite a bit more. But unfortunately, T67 and the M10 RBFM let them both down because if they should have run to the cap as quickly as possible, get rid of that T67, stop him capping, and then hide behind that pile of snow, spotting the enemy KV-1 whilst both Artys tore them to shreds. Let's have a look at the team score and see where he was. Well, he got the highest damage in the game by far, 3,594 hit points of damage. Of course, he got the Gauss medal and high caliber. The next high scorer was the other KV-1 that's on the enemy team, the good player. He managed to get 3,268 hit points, so he wasn't that far behind in terms of hit points, but this was their really good player, and he got 4 kills in that game as well. When it came to kills, obviously he got the highest number of kills, and kovrn shared the second spot with the T67 and the M10, the 2 people who let us down towards the end. At least, is it that M10? No, that's the other M10 that let us down. Whereas it was this T67 that ran away instead of actually trying to get the reset. And then we've got the SU-100 on the enemy team also with 2 kills. When it came to base XP, it was the KV-1. He did the most with 1,333. Second was kovrn with 781, which is a good try. And then third was that 88, who was definitely on his side, still in the trench, with 490 base XP. He was a certain kill for whoever actually put the rounds in. But the thing is that he wasn't actually doing anything, whilst the KV-1 was actually doing something. Now, I agree that they were shooting at the KV-1 to try and get him out of the game, even whilst they couldn't see where he was, they were landing shells on him. But the moment they stopped firing at him, they should have fired at the 88 instead. That we knew the position that the 88 was in, so they probably could have landed a few more rounds on him before the cap was completed. But I'm very disappointed with the M10 and of course that T67 for abandoning the cap instead of going in to get the reset. They would have got a defender medal for sure if they'd gone in and killed that enemy T67. Even if they'd taken some damage in the process, they would have got a defender, which would have meant that they come out of the battle with some glory. Anyway, let's have a look at the details. 44 shots fired. So he only had 6 rounds left at the end of the game. 23 direct hits on the enemy, 4 penetrations on them as well. 24 splash. Let's have a look and see which ones he actually penetrated. Well, he definitely penetrated that Skoda T25 twice. He got 2 pens on him for 605 hit points. So yes, and that was one of those shots, was a nicely carefully aimed shot. Smacked the guy on his engine deck while he was still in the trench. The other penetrating shot was on the M10 RBFM, the long range shot right the way over the battlefield, 470 hit points from that one, and I think he might have penetrated one of the other enemy vehicles. I think they did say, oh, it was the T67. Yep, the enemy T67 he hit for 460 hit points and penetrated him as well. So let's have a look at the rest of the detail. 3,594 hit points of damage, of which 3,029 were at more than 300 meters. So you can see about 500 hit points of damage, over 500, was actually done at close range. Those were the shots on the KV1 and the T67 and the 88. Well, he didn't hit the T67, but he certainly hit the 88 and the KV1. 9 enemy vehicles damaged, 2 killed, and 216 hit points of damage assistance. That was the shot where he fired at the DSPZ and tracked the guy, and somebody else shot him immediately afterwards. He got him. 64,140 credits from the game. Very good game. 6,075 for Courageous Resistance. That's because he got an Epic or a Battle Hero medal. In fact, he got both. The Gauze is an Epic. The Battle Hero medal is the High Caliber. 70,215 credits altogether, and after ammunition resupply, just standard ammo, no premium ammo used, 64,583 credits profit, and that was from a loss, so a very good game. 1,171 XP, 688 for Courageous Resistance, 744 for a premium vehicle, 930 from personal reserves, took away 3,534 experience points altogether. Yes, if you've got a replay like this, do please upload it to a replay site and send the link. Don't send the actual file. It's very easy to disguise a Trojan as a replay file and send that in, and that's why I would be very against anyone sending in anything for me to open and then find out that, oops, it's infected my PC. So please don't do that. Just send me the link to the replay site where you've uploaded it, and then I'll watch it from there. If it then turns out to be a Trojan, it's down to the replay site for allowing it to be uploaded. Okay, so a good battle by KOVR. A shame that he was let down by the M10, RBFM, and T67 on his own team. They could have saved this battle if they'd gone in, killed that T67, then KOVR and the other Arty possibly would have taken out the KV1 and also possibly badly damaged that 88. He was no longer a threat because he was on his side, and I suspect that they might have been able to find the other enemy vehicles and wipe them out. So they could have turned a loss into a win, but they didn't. So thanks anyway for sending this replay in. If you enjoyed that replay and the other one from Andromeda, please give this video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And of course, please do let other people know that not only does this channel exist, but also that we've got a second channel called The General, where you can watch great replays without any commentary whatsoever to spoil it. Yes, I know, I am very much aware that sometimes my commentary is not that great, but I can only do my best, and well, I keep this site for my friends, the people who actually send me the replays, which are really good and interesting to comment on. Thanks for watching.